Thursday, August the 24th of this year, the Jasper County Grand Jury handed down 9 indictments alleging separate offenses of criminal sexual conduct in the first degree and criminal sexual conduct in the second degree against former Catholic priest Wayland Brown. The indictments allege that during the school years of 1979, 1980, 1981, 1987, and 1988, Wayland Brown, a priest at the St. James Catholic Church in Savannah, Georgia, took 2 children who were students at the St. James Catholic School at separate times into Jasper County, South Carolina, and sexually assaulted them. The indictments allege that one child was sexually assaulted at 3 different locations in Jasper County when the child was in the 5th grade, the 6th grade, and the 7th grade. The indictments also allege that another child, in separate instances, was sexually assaulted at those same 3 locations when he was in the 7th grade. The indictments are the result of a joint investigation between my office and Chatham County District Attorney Meg Heap's office. And District Attorney Heap is with us today, as is her chief investigator, Ricky Becker, and investigator Adina Ripley. These 2 individuals were instrumental in helping us through this investigation. The other people here have literally spent hours locating crime scenes, reviewing documents, and interviewing people during this 14-month investigation. The defendant is currently in custody in the state of Maryland. We expect him to remain there until he is extradited into the state of South Carolina. We do not have a timetable on that at this point. If anyone in the vicinity has any information concerning any of these crimes or any similar instances, we have behind me the phone number to call. It is area code 912-652-8080. Again, that number is area code 912-652-8080. I would also remind everyone that at this point the defendant has been charged. However, he is at this point presumed innocent. And I will turn it over to District Attorney Meg Heap at this point.
Good morning. I am working with Mr. Stone in reference to this case. Just to give you information why we are not prosecuting in Savannah, someone reached out to our office. We began an investigation. We realized we were barred by the statute of limitations in the state of Georgia. We could not proceed on the matter. We reached out to the federal government, the U.S. Attorney's Office. They investigated and did research, and they also were barred by the statute of limitations. After that, we reached out to Mr. Stone's office. Based on South Carolina law, they are not barred, and they are proceeding with the investigation. We did offer our assistance and continue to do so with finding witnesses. The number up here is an investigator in my office who is assisting in locating more witnesses and any potential victims. And we ask again, if you have any information at all, please dial or call that number, leave a message, and we will reach out to you. The number is 912-652-8080. It's Investigator Adina Ripley in our office. Thank you.
Any questions?
Do you have any of your other victims out there, potentially?
We don't know at this point. The reason that's one of the reasons we have the tip line. If there are any other victims out there, we'd urge them to come forward. If there's anyone who knows of any other victims out there of these alleged assaults, we'd like us to let us know that as well. Again, that's the reason we have the number up.
And you said he's in Maryland. Has he just been living up there, or?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. But he is in custody, and we expect the extradition process to begin immediately. I just do not have a timetable on that.
She said someone came forward in Chatham County.
There was. A victim's family came forward, reached out to our office, and we looked into the matter.
And then you couldn't.
We couldn't. The laws have changed in the state of Georgia, but you cannot grandfather it in. It's not retroactive. And we were frustrated, but we then reached out to Mr. Stone, and he has taken it and has reached the indictments and will pursue the criminal prosecution.
Do you not have any statute of limitations on this type of crime?
We do not.
Just longer?
South Carolina does not have a statute of limitations on any crime.
How long has he not been a priest?
I do not have that information in front of me, and I don't want to speculate on that.
I'm not sure if I missed his name or not. Did you mention it?
Wayland Brown.
Talk a little about the investigative process that you guys had to go through. This obviously is a 20-year-plus old case at this point. Victims are just coming forward and just sort of recollecting what's happened.
Well, and you're also having to understand, this was at the very least a 14-month investigation. The people behind me, again, have been working tirelessly on this. You have to understand, in a case like this, the crime scenes have changed. You're having to not only go to the crime scene, but you have to locate it and then study and get information from there. You gather information from people that you're interviewing and their memories. These people also went through literally thousands of pieces of documents. I also don't want to leave out, I want to make sure that Tim Carter's investigator in my office has been working on this. Kimberly Smith is an assistant solicitor in my office, also been working on this. We also have had help from other law enforcement agencies local to Georgia as well as South Carolina. There were attorneys who have represented these families in other matters that have been able to provide us documents as well, and we have reviewed those as well. So it is a massive undertaking to go back and do what would, I guess, be best known as a cold case, but it was necessary in this, and we have at this point gotten to the point of indictments.
Mr. Stone or Ms. Heap, in reference to your investigation, what, if any, and can you elaborate on what your interaction was with the diocese? Were they hiding this person? Can you talk about that?
I think a good bit of that information will come out at trial. Right now, it would not be proper for me to respond to that question.
Can you say how old the victims were at the time?
They were in the, one was in the 7th grade, the other one was in the 7th, 6th, and 5th grade at those three instances. The first degree criminal sexual conduct in South Carolina is for sexually assaulting someone under the age of 11. If you are between the ages of 11 and 15, that's a criminal sexual conduct 2nd degree. That's why you have 2 different degrees on one particular individual,
Can you
because
tell us if they're boys or girls?
they are boys.
You said there were 9 counts?
9 counts total.
What type of time or are you looking for, is he facing?
On the criminal sexual conduct, that's an offense that carries 20 years. On the criminal sexual conduct 1st degree, that carries 25 years to life.
On each count?
On each count, that's correct.
Obviously, any case that you bring to the grand jury, you believe that you have a case and believe this person needs to be prosecuted. This one especially, though, to be willing to go with this with all the information, that had to be incredibly challenging, but also talk about the amount of information that you now have that you believe connects Wayland Brown.
Well, I don't think it would be proper to talk about the information that would be coming out in trial. I don't think that ethically we can do that. I will just tell you that it was a tremendous undertaking for an investigation like this. But again, when you have that much time, that's something you have to deal with. But the investigators in this, again, without the help of the investigators from Chatham County and the assistance that the district attorney's office gave us, we would not have been able to be in the position that we're in now.
Ms. Heap, talk a little bit about the tip line and what you're hoping to get out of this. Obviously, this is a story that's been out there before, but now it's front and center for everybody to the criminal charges.
We know that, there's a large Irish Catholic community. A lot of people attended the schools. They may have information. We're hoping that if you're not sure, just call, leave your name, leave a number, give us information about potential victims, potential witnesses. Anybody who has information, all it will do will strengthen the case. And that's what we're hoping. This was a priest that was in Savannah. He was assigned to this diocese for a long period of time. So during that time, we hope that we will get more information, more witnesses, more evidence.
And I would assume you'll take any evidence on any priest who might have done something like this.
If anybody has any information, we've assigned a line for that, and we've assigned an investigator out of my office to assist South Carolina in the prosecution. Yes.
Does your investigation lead you to believe there's someone other than, in addition to Brown?
I wouldn't be able to answer that if I had that information.
Is there something we're missing? We're not asking that you want people to know.
No, I think I would stress again what District Attorney Heap said. Anyone with any information, no matter how small, please give us a call. Give her investigator a call at this number and let us know. It's always amazing to me, as I have prosecuted cases for going on 30 years now, how every little bit of information helps. And so anyone out there that has information concerning any events around this timetable, please let us know.
How long does the extradition process usually take, or does it just vary?
It varies, and it depends. I don't know if he will be fighting jurisdiction. I don't know if he will waive jurisdiction. And that, of course, affects the timetable as well. But that procedure will start immediately upon him being in custody. Once he is brought here, then he will have a bond setting, and we will go forward at that.
Do you know what he was doing in Maryland besides for a living? Was he making a
I do
living
not.
in some way?
I do not.
Do you know how long he's been in Maryland?
I do not. I do not have that information either.
Where in Maryland is he? You know what county?
He is in Baltimore. I will say that the Baltimore law enforcement agencies are the ones making that made the arrest. That's correct.
Okay.
Anything else? Thank you very much.